Hello everyone, guys and gals, Metalman8713 here today. How are you all today? Hope you're all very well once again. I certainly am, especially with also, since it's Christmas Eve right now, since it's December 23rd, and it is 46 minutes past midnight in the morning. So, yeah, anyway, guys and gals, anyway, I'm re-recording this intro again, because actually, I'm probably going to keep this a bit short and sweet, basically, because I just had a look at the last one and I ended up talking way too much, probably. So yep, anyway, to the video. Anyway, I'll mention this at the end of the video, actually. So yep, anyway, this is the second type of these videos, which I'm thinking of doing. I did the BBC, I did one about the BBC channels last year, this was about Christmas presentation, which was shown in between the programmes, idents as well. So yeah, anyway, for this year I'm going to do two. One is this year's Christmas presentation, but before that I'm planning on doing one for Channel 4, I'll say. So yep, you're just for a change. And also, yep, well, anyway, I tried it the first time and probably it didn't really work, but anyway, for a bit of a change, instead of myself being out of vision, you have to explain some of the idents. Anyway, in a moment you're going to see some of the Christmas idents on the channel over the years, and then finally afterwards I'm going to give my brief take on them. You're probably just to keep it simple, and also, so yep. Anyway, guys and girls, here are the idents. I hope you all very much enjoy this video. Peace.
Now on 4, highlights of the 30th anniversary concert in honour of Bob Dylan.
This is Channel 4. And now the Christmas in New York movies continue with Neil Simon's comedy of the small-town couple who take on the big metropolis. Jack Lemmon and Sandy Dennis are the out-of-towners.
The man with a recipe for love. It had to be Harry Connick Jr. in concert at 8:30. First on 4, there's an unwelcome knock at Anna's door in Brookside.
Despite
Now on 4, even Christmas is a busy time for the crew of the emergency room in a special Yuletide edition of ER.
not perfect.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear
6 minutes of the collection of the symbols which Channel 4 have used at Christmas over the years as well. As well. Ever since Channel 4 was launched in 1982, it's made very absolutely memorable and stunning Christmas work. So, you've just seen some of the idents and a very, very festive, merry look at Channel 4 at Christmas. Anyway, now, as promised, I'm going to give my brief verdicts on the idents and my takes on them, and just basically just go through all of them, and then basically I'm going to end the video there. So yeah. Anyway, 1982. Well, keeping this in mind first, that Channel 4 just launched the month before, and so basically they didn't really have, might not have had that much time to plan the ident for 1982. But 1982's Christmas look, it was very, very simple, and the company pulled out all the stops for that particular ident. It basically had Channel 4 inserted on a Christmassy background with a bauble and some Christmas lights in the background. Basically the animation stuck on there. So yeah. Anyway, I would say myself it is a very, very simple enough idea, still very, very good. And it had the first Christmassy arrangement, of the Channel 4 theme, Fourscore. Fourscore, I'll quickly mention, it was used as Channel 4's station theme for 10 years and was written by a man called David Dundas, who is he's now called Lord David Dundas. Anyway, after this video, have a bit of a browse on him. And also, after this video, I've got a link to the station theme below if you want to hear it after this video. It's called Fourscore. I'm going to leave it in a link just below the video, but that's for afterwards. So yeah, anyway, he'd written the theme to the channel, actually made quite a bit of money out of it, I heard from one source. I'm not going to name him from another account channel, but I'm not going to name him anyway at this point. So yeah, anyway, and every time the channel was played he got about £3.50 or so, every time the theme got played. But anyway, and also in that time Channel 4 was also a subsidiary of ITV's then regulated as the Independent Broadcasting Authority, or otherwise known as the IBA. So yeah, anyway, moving on to 1983. 1983's Christmas look is short and simple. Well, anyway, is actually simpler than 1982. Yep, simple, short and sweet. It had the Channel 4 logo, regular animation, on a background with little white dots to create a bit of a nighttime sky effect. So yeah, anyway, short, simple and sweet, I'd say, very nice. 1984's Christmas look, there isn't a video of this look which I'm aware of, but I did come across one a few years ago, but the ident didn't really move at all. It was basically just still for that particular video. So yeah, but I'm not sure if it's on there anymore, but I did also spot it on there and also on a website called TV Arc. So yeah, anyway, for 1984 it had the Channel 4 blocks, yeah, fashioned and festively transformed into the shape of a snowman. And as a bonus it had a very snowy backdrop which it was on the bottom. So yeah, actually it was actually very lovely on there, I would say, and also very nice. Anyway, 1985 it had the 4 blocks, started off with the 4 blocks, and then it had its normal animation and transformed into a frozen ice sculpture type ident, which I could say it is very nice and lovely, I would say. Anyway, 1986 there was no, and 1987 there was no Christmas ident at all. Anyway, probably they could have had Father Christmas playing hula hoops and your cowboys and Indians with Christmas lights for all I know, possibly. Anyway, I'm just joking on that. But anyway, they didn't really have any Christmas motif or ident on there, really, that much. But I did hear off one source that the trailers became more abstract and avant-garde type of way than ever. So yeah, anyway, Channel 4 did influence quite a few things, I might add, as well, in TV broadcasting from the 1980s, you know, onwards as well. So yeah. Anyway, moving on to 1988, and the Christmas idents are back. And for 1988, it had an ident which looked like a type of celebration ident for maybe, I could say, I don't know, maybe parties, birthdays, bonfire night, maybe, if you wanted to, which actually Channel 4 used in 1990. In 1990 for that particular celebration. So yeah. Anyway, it's still as well. Having said that, actually, Christmas is still a fantastic celebration of peace, goodwill, cheers to all men, and also, yeah, it was a very, very nice ident as well. 1989, it had the Channel 4 logo evolving as ever from its blocks motif in a black void 3D, and also it had a Christmas ident which had a mixture of abstract art on there, yeah, psychedelia, and also very festive Christmassiness, which I could say it's very, very nice indeed. Anyway, that choir singing should have given that away, because 1990, folks, had a silver metallic Channel 4 logo, you know, on a, you know, very shiny, very bright on a bright background in the back, with a choir boy singing of the Fourscore theme. Anyway, yeah, I could say it is actually a very, very lovely Christmas ident, I would say, and also especially how the theme set out, because also if there's any older viewers on there watching who grew up at that particular time, yeah, I did even hear off one or two accounts, but I'm not going to name anybody, that the Channel 4 blocks, there might have been one or two people out there who might have been afraid of the music by David Dundas. So, putting it this way, it would have been briefly, for those moments, a very safe haven and relieving, heartwarming place to watch. Yeah, anyway, moving on to 1991, it had the 4, you're zooming into the middle of the screen, zooming out I should say, with a variety of multicoloured patterns on there, which was again very, very nice, and I would say, and also it was the penultimate Christmas for the Fourscore theme, and the last time it was played in its original theme. So yeah. Anyway, 1992, moving on to that, it had a medieval theme for that Christmas, and 1992 had a very, very lovely medieval stained glass window which you saw, which was actually a very, very lovely ident, and also the Fourscore theme at that time was dropped. And anyway, so the 1992 ident was sorry about that, folks, my camera just went off because anyway I forgot to delete the other clips away from this video just before putting this back on again. So where was I? Yes, I was just talking about 1992's Christmas look. 1992, it had a lovely medieval theme, and Fourscore theme got dropped because Channel 4 became independent at the time, and also it actually bowed out in very graceful fashion in favour of a tune which were now. And also, it also was around for the last few years of the blocks, which were like. Anyway, or something like that. It went something like that again. So yeah. Anyway, it bowed out in graceful fashion. So you would have seen it twice on there, by the way. 1993 had a Christmas in New York motif on that year, and it had some very, very lovely shots of various Christmassy and festive scenes in New York, then also blurring to make way for the Channel 4 logo came in, which was actually, I could say, very, very nice and lovely indeed, I would say. Anyway, moving on to 1994. 1994 had a very similar idea to 1985, nearly a decade earlier, but where basically it had the 4 just freezing. Well, anyway, it was good, it was nice, okay, but still, still, the idea was already used before, and a decade earlier, and it had a bit of a step backwards. Anyway, I would say, but still, it was okay. It was nice. Anyway, moving on to 1995. The motif for 1995 was called A Beastly Christmas, which basically had Channel 4 showing quite a few nature documentaries about the animal kingdom on there, and what have you. For 1995, it had a lovely effect where it had the 4 logo going in, then coming out to have a lovely lantern Christmas tree effect motif, which you're coupled with sparkling lights, which to make a very fantastic ident, very, very lovely, I would say. By 1996, however, the blocks were dropped in October 1996 because basically they were on screen for 14 years by that point, and also basically got seen as old hat because the BBC and the BBC channels changed their idents in the early 90s. BBC One had a abstract virtual transparent swirling globe with the one symbol in it, and also basically the BBC corporate look, basically, while BBC Two, had the 2 logo with various things happening to it, and it was quite of a ident revolution at the time, and would continue to do so throughout the 1990s. So, in 1996, Channel 4 adopted a live-action, organic circle motif where on all the idents some featuring people and also others featuring some of the channel's faces, just had various actions on there, which quite a few, I might add, featuring them, and the circles just swooshing in like anyway, probably, or maybe come shooting out like that, and all they would need is the goalkeeper. Hello, here it comes. Anyway, as you saw for the idents, they created some in 1996, and then repeated in 1997, which basically had Mr. K. Kringle himself just doing various random normal things, basically normal domesticated things, possibly what quite a few people would normally do. So yeah. Anyway, they repeated those in 1997 with the addition of an ident for archive repeats, basically from when Channel 4 turned. That ident originally came from when Channel 4 celebrated its 15th birthday in 1997. So yeah. Anyway, the Yuletide tune in 1998, they dropped it completely and they failed to commission a Christmas ident at all. So yeah. Anyway, the circles didn't really catch on, so they got dropped in 1999 in favour of a 2D 4 on this side of the screen with with a stripe and with a stripe type motif as well. And they didn't really have a Christmas look really, but they just made one in 1999 and repeated it for 5 years in a row, which had the 4 logo and stripes going that way on the screen with some snow flying that way to the right, and also you had the 4 logo forming out of a Christmas fir tree. So yeah, anyway, that went on for 5 years. They didn't really have one in 2004. 2005, they updated that ident again, where they adopted a theme which had the 4 logo forming out of various objects. It's a bit like a blink for one moment and you'll miss it type motif, or you'll keep an eye on it, basically. They didn't really have any Christmas variations until 2012, where basically it was the channel's 30th birthday on one hand, and two also as well, the 30th anniversary of the Snowman, and 3, a sequel to the original film, The Snowman and the Snow Dog, came out that year, and also it was on the Radio Times. So they created a very lovely Raymond Briggs type animation of the 4 logo forming out of fir trees, and also skiing obstacles as well. So yeah, which I could say is very, very, very lovely indeed. I would say. And very, very nice. Well, anyway, they didn't, apart from that, they didn't really remake any of the Christmas idents after that for a few years. They just used that for every Christmas until the four forming out of various objects motif, or blink for a moment and you'll miss it motif, was scrapped in 2015 in favour of the 4 logo becoming very, very abstract, impressionistic basically, and also loosened up quite a bit as well. So yeah, and even on some of the initial set of idents, you couldn't really see it that well. Maybe must be playing hide and seek in a bottle of Kendall Mincake whiskey, probably. Kendall Mincake whiskey. Anyway, for Christmas they had a few very lovely Christmas idents which you saw on Moi. And also it was a bit of a throwback in the way to basically the original 3D Channel 4 blocks, and also on a couple of other Christmas idents which I'll talk about. They had one in the shape of Christmas lights, one in the shape of snow, and also one as a snowman. On the snow motif, and then also one other I'll explain. If you go back to them for a moment, and watch pretty closely, you'll see the 4 logo forming out of the snow just for a second. So, for example, anyway, now they had those for a couple of years. They were actually very, very nice, pretty lovely, I would say, in my words. And anyway, the 4 logo had a minor refresh last year, 2017, where the blocks were turned into a 3D walking giant, just roaming around the UK in various parts here, there and everywhere. Anyway, they had 2 new Christmas idents made that year. One with the Channel 4 blocks flying around the screen with Brussels sprouts, and one had a very, very lovely Christmas lights motif, which also, again, if you go back and briefly watch that before coming back here, you'll be able to see the 4 logo. So yeah, or after this video. So yeah. Anyway, that's it, guys and gals, for the Channel 4 ident video. Anyway, I hope you've all very, very much enjoyed it. I certainly have. Anyway, I am going to be doing another idents video, which will be coming up. Well, except this one will be about some of this year's Christmas presentation. Well, it's not from every channel, but it's from BBC One, BBC Two, Channel 4, and well, I won't do Channel 4 actually because I've just described them in this video. And also, if you want to know what Channel 4's Christmas idents they've got this year, they've got last year's on there, by the way. And also I'll be doing Channel 5 as well. So yeah, and also be showing again the Radio Times cover for this year. So yeah, anyway, and also be saying in my own words if it's up to scratch or not. So yeah. Anyway, guys and gals, thank you very, very much for watching this video. And also have a very, very merry, jolly, festive, magical Christmas Eve, and hope that the Christmas spirit still continue and anticipation still builds up within. Yep, it's still building up within. You're building up within and growing at this very moment. Yeah, the excitement and anticipation is building up and up and up, and that festive, merry, happy Christmas spirit is building up as far as it goes. So yeah, anyway, thank you very, very much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share me around also as well. So yeah, don't forget to do that. That's one way of putting it. And also as well, I completely forgot to mention, last year, and anyway, this will appear on your screens in a moment, I did a similar video where I was actually out of vision, but looking at the BBC's Christmas presentation from 1967 to 2017 in 6 parts. So 4 random parts of this video are going to be appearing up on your screens right about now. I'm joking, not behind me, in front of me. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see, and also from me, from M&M 8713, sorry. Yep, I'll see you all in my next video, and also, the last thing, peace.